Hey, it's Mal, and today I'm doing a bookshop for a book that I read like an hour ago because I'm an emotional wreck, because that just happens to be The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater, the last book in the Raven Cycle series, because I went to Waterstones and it was there 4 days early, so I read it in a day and a half and all of the emotions. Can you tell I've been crying? Because I have. Also, this is the most beautiful thing that I own. Just look at it. It's so pretty. So, just a fair warning. This review thing will have spoilers, but at the very end, so you can continue watching and then just not. So first of all, it was great. It was a great time. I loved it. Some people may not like it, but I think it was beautiful and painful. So, if you didn't know, the Raven Cycle series starts with this girl called Blue. Basically, she is the only non-clairvoyant psychic person in her household, and ever since the age of like 6, she's been told that when she kisses her true love, he will die. And then this aunt shows up and says, "This is the year you'll fall in love." And she's all like, oh no. And then she sees a spirit for the first time, and it's this guy called Gainsey, and then she meets actual Gainsey and she hangs out with him, even though she has a rule where she doesn't hang out with guys who go to the local private school, but she did it anyway because that was a good idea. And Gainsey has this obsession with Welsh kings and stuff, and it's a bit weird because he died when he was 10 because he was stung by loads of hornets. So he heard someone whisper in his ear that because someone else was dying on the ley lines, which is like this magical thing, when they shouldn't have, he was going to live, and he does, and he dedicates his life to Welsh kings and stuff and the ley lines. And the book series follows Blue, Gainsey, and Gainsey's friends Adam, Ronan and Noah. The whole series is about the relationships and friendships that form within this group and all of the magic that stems off of these people and all of the other people involved with this story and life of these characters. So from like the blurb of the first book, we've known that this guy Gainsey was gonna die. But we weren't prepared. Like, you could think that you were prepared, but you were not prepared for the Raven King because oh, the pain. So basically, now on to the spoilers, because I can't say anything about the book without spoilers and stuff. So just leave, and because the book isn't even out yet, you'll have to wait for the book to come out and then read it and then know all the spoilers. So, spoiler-wise, it made me an emotional wreck. Like, ow. I was kind of disappointed with the fact that Noah basically wasn't in this book other than 3 chapters, seeing as there were over 60 chapters. All we got to see of Noah was him being a monster, and that's kind of really sad. And then I feel like there wasn't as much of Ronan and Adam's relationship as I was expecting, because I was expecting a lot. I've read like more fan fiction than would fit in a book that size just about their first kiss, and it wasn't like that. But like, Ronan kissed him first, and that's like so important because he took the step, and earlier on the book it was all like he was walking a knife's edge and he wasn't sure whether he would be able to step off of that edge, and he did, and it was beautiful and great. But like, they were together for half the book, they only kissed twice, and there wasn't really any feelings other than before they kissed. So I don't know, I'm just really sad about the fact that these characters are just not here anymore and there won't be more of them, because I really want to know what happens in 10 years, because that would be amazing. Also, that was an awful lot of Henry Chang, like an awful lot. Not that I don't like him, it's just like, it felt like he was trying to replace Noah, and that does not sit well with me. Also, Maggie's sadisticness of making Gainsey wear a school jumper and having rain on his shoulders like 4 different times throughout the book and not dying. Like, no, I don't want to think that he's gonna die every other page, but that's what it made me do, and it freaked me out every time. Also, I really didn't get the whole Artemis was like a tree thing, because I thought he just went up the tree. He went inside the tree, but he was the tree, and that was so weird. He's immortal and a tree. Also, talk about everyone's reactions to Gaines dying, because Ronan was just like swearing and then crying like a lot, like no one else was crying. It was literally just Ronan crying over Gaines's dead body. Can we not? Also, Maggie was also messing with us when she did the whole water thing on Tumblr. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Maggie has a Tumblr, and while she was writing The Raven King, she kept tagging pictures as the characters, and for Adams there was lots of someone turning into a tree, which we were freaked out about, which wasn't him, someone else was a tree, and then there was this thing about him drowning, maybe because she kept posting pictures of people drowning or falling into like really deep water, and then there was like a bit where Ronan and Adam were like really high up, and if they just like tripped a tiny bit, they would fall down into this lake, and I was freaked out that he was gonna drown. And then no, Ronan went, and then Adam didn't even get in the water because it wasn't even water, it was acid. Like, what? She messed with us so much. Like, how dare she? But also, we are very like into theorizing, so maybe we shouldn't do that because authors are evil. Also, Ronan called Adam Adam for the 4th time in 4 books, and Adam just immediately kissed him. Like, what was up with that? That was like so good. And then Ronan was dying. That was not okay. That was not okay in the slightest. He was dying. He's my favourite character. You cannot kill Ronan. Demon thing was messing everything up. And also, Gainesy's alive. Like, you just skipped over it. It went from like talking about Henry's mother to, oh look, Gainesy's alive, ha, fooled you. What? No, not okay with this. I mean, I don't want him to be dead. It just is weird. It was very, very sad. And that's all I have to talk about The Raven King. It was weird. It was weird in a good way, in a beautiful way, really frustrating way, like thinking things were gonna happen when they weren't. And whenever it got to a good bit in a Ronan and Adam scene, it would always cut to, depending on how you look at it, this was a story about a completely irrelevant character that has never been in the book before. Like, why? I don't want it. And also, there was like more people, and like so many people died. They give you a list how many people died. There was like 15 people, and there are hardly that many characters. Like, whoa. I hope you enjoyed this book talk review ramble thing. I mean, I love the book. I mean, it's not even out yet. You should have like seen my face when I found it, because I was just like, oh, books, oh, I'm gonna get Passenger, and I have to get another book from this table to have a buy one get one half price, and I was like, it's The Raven King. Raven King comes out in 4 days. Why is The Raven King here? I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna take it and buy it because it's The Raven King. I was freaking out. Bye.